Good day, folks. My name is Paul Rencken from FEDSAS, and today, on behalf of the Centre for Technology, I'm speaking to Jared from Yenza. We're going to chat a little bit about the products and the services that they bring to the school environment. Jared, thank you very much for coming on board, and maybe as a kickoff, let us know a little bit about your association with FEDSAS Centre for Technology.
Hi, Paul. Yeah, thanks for having me. We've been associated with FEDSAS for many years now. In fact, Rian from FEDSAS was one of the first people we reached out to when we started our Yenza journey. And right from the get-go, he was a massive believer in what we were doing, the problems we were trying to solve. And FEDSAS have been great advocates and supporters of Yenza ever since. And, we're just grateful and thankful to the work that you guys do. You really care and are really trying to help schools to deliver, value and impact to schools and to learners. And we're very happy to be associated.
No, that's great. Thanks very much. I appreciate the kind words. But let's straight away on to the one word you said, the solutions that you bring into schools. And maybe let's go straight into it. Let us know what are those solutions that you bring to schools? Where's the problem as you see it in your operations? And yeah, then let's talk about how we're solving those problems. So where are the problems that you see?
Yeah, well, schools are motivated obviously by academics and academic performance, but ultimately, what are we preparing our young students and our young learners for? And that's to be able to successfully transition themselves from school into their next phase, whether it be higher education or even into the world of work. And when you think about the solutions or the offerings or the services that schools provide when it comes to career guidance, helping young people figure out where they want to go, what they want to do, and how to get there. Very often there's a lot to be desired. Schools are often not necessarily equipped with either the right kinds of people with the right kinds of qualification. And we often just leaving, students and parents for that matter to figure this out for themselves. So what we set out to do with Yenza is to offer a very high quality solution that can help young students and teachers and schools to better guide students with regards to their careers, understanding themselves better, making better choices, because if you can make better choices, the kind of downstream impact is massive. If you start choosing the wrong subjects, deciding to study the wrong courses, picking the wrong career path can have major negative consequences over time. And so we just wanted to really level up what is on offer for young people to help them guide themselves into what is a very exciting, but also very overwhelming, fast-changing careers and higher education landscape. And so that's what we've set out to do. Our platform is online, but we train teachers up. We enable them to be the right kinds of counselors or facilitators within schools. And we've been able to do that with quite a lot of success, thankfully, to date.
No, that's great. Yeah, thanks for that overview. I think I'd like to just unpack a little bit about what it is and what the product is. But the few things that I hooked onto as you were speaking there is educators trying to guide learners in this changing environment. I mean, we've probably all heard it, and I might age myself a bit when I say that the jobs that you're going to do when you finish university haven't been invented when you start university. The timeline might be a bit shorter now. It might be in 2 years' time there are jobs out there that you haven't even thought of that are there. So I think it is a daunting place for a youngster to be nowadays, to say what are they going to do in their world once they finish the schooling environment, or how do they gear for that? So yeah, I think it's really something that's important. I think schools are battling to do that because they might not have the resources and the processes. So Jared, maybe if I can ask you, let's take out the phrases, if I want to call it that. I'm being polite and saying that. Let's get rid of those descriptions. What does the product look like on the ground? What is the learner faced with? Not necessarily a product demonstration, but what is the learner faced with, and how do they engage with that process?
Yeah, sure. So all of our solution focuses primarily on helping a young person to understand themselves better so that they can make better choices. So when you come into the platform, we've developed very innovative psychometric and career and competency-based assessments that someone takes. They learn about themselves through the process, and then our platform then analyzes an individual's profile and then personalizes recommendations to the individual with regards to career choice, subject choice, and we've got what we call these navigator tools that make it very easy for a person to explore and discover the careers that they're best suited for, courses that they should consider, figuring out what subjects to choose. And we also have hundreds of free online courses that someone can take to start to develop the necessary skills that they would need to have to pursue a particular career path. We also have other tools and features to help someone become more career ready, a CV builder. We've got various career support services with regards to tutoring, study help, maths and English literacy, tertiary application support. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to package all the kinds of career services that you could imagine you would need within a single platform. So it's applicable from grade 8 through to grade 12. Grade 8s and grade 9s are trying to figure out subject choice. Grade 10s to 12s are trying to figure out where to study. And it's important for them to start developing the skills that they would need to do well within higher education or in the world of work. They need to make applications. They need to figure out where to go. So we have all of these tools and services packaged within the platform. As I mentioned before, we do a lot of teacher training. So we enable the teacher, typically your heads of life orientation. We enable those teachers to conduct rollouts and sessions within the class, and we provide various levels of support virtually thereafter.
Yeah, very comprehensive. I'm going through the details and listing them down here. Really a comprehensive package. And I think the last time you and I had a chat, it was like maybe a minor part of that was actually in place. So really fantastic, and the growth is incredible. If I put my former cap on as a chairperson of a governing body, because I'm no longer such, on and chat around the governing body table, and the first thing the finance chairperson is going to say to me is, how much is this going to cost us? Because that's how finance people are geared. They don't necessarily see the good value down the road. Maybe give me an idea of what the package costs or what the processes cost. Not have to be accurate or 100%. We don't need a quote or anything, but just give me an idea of what the process costs a school, or how do we go about engaging? How does a school go about engaging, and on what cost do they go about engaging?
Okay, so just to a quick step back is why we set off to develop Yenza is one of the problems you have is in a lot of schools don't have qualified career counselors or educational psychologists that are in-house to help young students and parents to figure all of these things out. And typically what happens is schools may outsource this kind of offering, and it can be very expensive, and only a very few students or parents can afford these kinds of services. So part of our mission statement is we want to democratize high quality career services, and part of that democratization is you have to make it affordable. So this is what we set out to do. Now, how our pricing structure works with schools is we incentivize schools to take Yenza for the entire grade. And we have a first-time school offer where you can purchase for one grade and get 2 additional grades for free. So we really incentivize the first-year offering, because we know that once a school uses the platform, they absolutely love it. We've been operating now for 5 years. We're in over 160 schools, and only 2 schools have left us. And it wasn't because they weren't happy. It just was a strategic decision.
Yeah.
So we know that schools are very, very happy with the platform, and what that translates into in terms of fees is for the first time school offer. Currently, you're paying either 35,000 or 40,000 Rand across 3 grades. And it's a once-off fee. It's lifetime access for the student. So you never have to pay again for the student. And that typically translates to around 150 to 200 Rand per student for the rest of their life. Now, the equivalent is if you're looking at just conducting psychometric-based assessments, which is what our platform does, and speaking to an educational psychologist, that can cost you thousands of rands, just that alone.
Yeah.
And our platform offers a lot more than just the assessment piece. So when we speak with schools and we show them the pricing structure and explain it, generally the response is, wow, this is a very affordable solution. So if schools want to get in touch with us, it's quite simple. They just have to either contact us through our website, which is yenzacareers.com, or they can email us at hi@yenzacareers.com, and someone from our team will respond and schedule a demo, and we kind of walk schools through the process from there.
Excellent. No, that's fantastic. Thanks very much, Jared. I'll also put those details on the end of this recording, so you'll be able to pick up those details as well.